Hey guys, Joshua Peterson, Peterson Electric, part two to the pole light, 5 foot tall at the end of the driveway in Loveland, Colorado. Um, Basically, here we go. Reason why I'm tripping the breaker, look at that. That's on the ground. I'm receiving almost a half a amp. Up, well, it was at a half and now a third. Now I'm at almost a half a amp. On the ground. The ground should sense nothing. That is just there to protect in case there is a fault. And then look at here. The hot was actually 1.5 and now it's down to half amp as well. It's starting to share itself at the highway between the ground and neutral. Here's the neutral, 0.11. That's like a tenth of an amp. So basically the neutral is not becoming the return path of ground. Now the grounded bare copper conductor is becoming that path of ground. And on the back side of a service disconnect, you would say it's the bonding type bare copper. So that is going to be the equipment ground for the pole light to protect someone. So as they change the light bulb someday and they have a metal pole there standing in the grass, maybe on their bare feet, and they go and grab that pole, it could become actually electrified if we didn't have a breaker or fuse in there. So yeah, look at that. The neutral, again, 0.12, which is not even basically a tenth of an amp. I'm not even returning a half an amp. The hot is kind of returning itself, but that just goes to show me that the conductor the splices are damaged underground, because I'm starting to get more on the bare copper than I am on the insulated neutral. So this is probably going to pop again, this breaker. It was not popping because of an overcurrent draw. It was definitely popping because of ground fault. But you also have to know that a slim GE 15 amp breaker, they tend to actually not be as sensitive, and they're more tolerant than they should be for like Siemens and Square DQO. But again, my light's finally on over here. So what I'm going to have to do is we have to either trench and redo this, which I don't think we're going to trench from the meter, because the customer said he'll pay for a half of an amp. Here's the biggest issue. See that box right there? That's a pedestal for electric. In this subdivision, everything's fed underground, going out to the neighbor's meter right there, and then his meter back over here. So we don't want to trench in that area and take any chances. I think what we're going to do to solve this, first thing might be more inexpensive, is to dig this pole out again and see if we can find any connections that went bad and causing too much resistance there. If that doesn't work, we're just going to simply trench right up here, bore or dig under that sidewalk, and go into the garage. And that'll be actually a safer bet. Anyways, thanks guys.